This meeting is being recorded.
She gonna say that the whole time?
No, we had to. Switch who was recording it.
You said you had to do what?
We had to switch who was recording it.
Oh.
I started lagging real bad, so I needed to make sure that we, just in case I bump off, y'all, it could still proceed without me being it. So, all right, sis, are we ready?
I think we are. I'm not sure if Aisha can hear us because it says she's still trying to connect to her audio, so I was kind of trying to wait for that. I'm pretty sure she's new.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll give her a few minutes, see if she'll be able to connect. Who's ready to read? Oh, I guess she's not going to connect.
I don't want to be a hog, but I'm always ready. I love reading out loud. It's nostalgic, like when I was in like grade school and shit.
See, Rosie, because you
and I love your voice.
You Aquariuses wanted to read out loud because I was like, no, we got the audio book, like we paid for the book club. We just don't do the audio book. She was like, no, that is so ingenuine. We're gonna read out loud with each other. So I'm like, fine.
It just makes it more personable.
Yeah.
That's why I said you Aquariuses. This time though. So we are going to start because it's 9 o'clock. Everybody's off work. We have number 2.
Okay.
Aisha, Asha. First of all,
maybe I need to come back in because it's like really bad reverb. Let me see if
everybody has to mute their microphones.
That might be what it is.
Usually. So is that better for everybody?
Yeah, I don't hear any feedback.
Okay. Aisha, did I pronounce it right?
Aisha.
Aisha. See, thank you. I'm sorry. So I think, have you ever been here before?
No, and I just got my book today, so but I'm gonna catch up. I said I was gonna listen in and see what y'all were talking about. So yeah, and catch up.
So we're about to start reading chapter 2 today. Everything else kind of has been a background a little bit as far as how to set your altar up. So if you need help with that, let us know.
Okay.
We'll definitely help you with that. Also, if you don't mind, you want to take 2 to 3 minutes to introduce yourself to us?
Okay. My name's Aisha. I'm 46. I live here in Baltimore, Maryland. I have 4 children, 3 girls, 25, 16, and 12. And then I have 1 son, he's 14. I do Uber and Lyft and Amazon Flex full time. I have a lot of free time, you would think, but I'm so disorganized. So that's I'm trying to get into something meaningful with the sacred woman and just get my life together.
I understand, girl. I understand. Okay, so now we're gonna wait.
You know that song? You don't know that song, Aisha?
No.
It was by, I think, The Boys.
Another Bad Creation.
Or something like that.
ABC.
ABC. I think that was it.
Yeah.
You said that all the time, didn't you, Aisha?
That's like that 90s New Jack Swing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Y'all love
Mine
me.
was Yo-Yo. Don't play with my yo-yo. Oh, I hated that song.
Y'all are crazy.
So I'm gonna tell y'all something personal about myself because I normally don't tell people my real name. The song everybody sung to me was Maria Maria.
Not Carlos Santana.
Yes.
Either that or the one from West Side Story was one or the other.
Oh wow. I used to get a song, it's by The Police, Roxanne. You don't gotta put on the red light. I'm sorry, I'm old school. Old school. I'm
Like,
like,
y'all losing me.
Yes, I remember that song.
Okay, good. I was like, I hope I'm not alone here.
Okay, y'all. So we are going to get started. I think now Soraya is connected by audio. Soraya, have you been, first of all, am I pronouncing your name correctly? If I'm not, I apologize.
You are. If you're
Okay, have you been here before?
Yes.
I thought so. I just wanted to make sure.
Yes.
So we're gonna get started now. Hopefully more people join in. But we're on chapter 2. So who would like to read first?
Give me 1 second since I start off with our prayer. Do the
sorry,
prayer
you're
from
right.
the one circle.
Right.
Second. So, so
It's breaking up on my end.
It's breaking up on my end too.
Yeah.
On my end.
Doesn't Facebook have like
can you hear me? I'm breaking up. Can you hear me now? And then I can hear none of you.
Yes, I hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll say this. So, Sacred Spirit, hold us near, close to your bosom. Protect us from all harm and fear beneath the stones of life. Direct our steps in the right way as we journey through this vision. Sacred Spirit, surround us in your most absolute perfect light. Anoint us in your sacred purity. Give us peace and divine insight. Bless us, truly bless us as we share this sacred life. Teach us, Sacred Spirit, to be in tune with the universe. Teach us how to heal with the inner and outer elements of air, fire, water, and earth. Ashe. Tua Neter.
Thank you. So who would like to read first?
I'll go.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think she had said she was gonna read.
So you can go first, Rosie. Thank you.
Okay. Chapter 2. Gateway 0, the sacred womb. Sacred guardian, grandmother Newt. Biddy Mason, Queen Mother Moore, ancestors. Aunt Iris O'Neill, Dr. Josephine English, elders. Dr. Jewel Pukram, Nan Kululeko, Tehemba, contemporaries. Creating your sacred altar. Your altar should be placed in a room undisturbed by the public. A private prayer area is best. A place where you, your family, and attuned friends can go to pray. This is the designated area where you will commune with the Creator, receive spiritual, mental, and emotional comfort, and gain inner guidance through visions for your greater upliftment. If you don't have such a room, then set up your altar in any quiet area of your sacred home. One day, not too long from now, you will look about your entire home and realize with joy that every room is like an altar. empowered with your sacred touch and loving energy from the indwelling sacred spirit. In your chosen meditation area, place the table for your altar. Sacred womb altar work. Face your heart to the east, to the rising sun. Layout from top view. And then it just shows the diagram that depicts everything. Sacred tablecloth, white or blue, and scarf or prayer shawl to wear during altar work. Sacred color cloth to lay before altar with your sacred instruments to be played as you pray, i.e. harp, the zither, drum, bell, rattle, etc. A feather to represent air, anointing oils, frankincense. Baptism bowl represents water, ankh for eternal life or other sacred symbol, spirit. White or blue candle, fire. Food for Natur and your ancestors, corn, rice, fruits, etc. Release food from the altar after 24 hours. Place a tantric quartz crystal egg on your altar. Flowers or plants represent earth. Sacred stones, turquoise, black tourmaline, or moonstone. You mount 5 pictures on your wall above your altar. Divine image of spiritual guardian, picture of ancestor, picture of sacred self, picture of elder, picture of contemporary. I actually had a question about this area, but are we just saving questions for later? Because I can always wait.
Go ahead.
So I know our ancestors are those that have passed and watched over us, and I get the picture of sacred self. But the picture of contemporary, picture of elder, and your image of spiritual guardian. So there was someone else in this group that said they're the black sheep of the family. I too am one of those folks. So I'm it's a little challenging with finding who I can place here. So I wonder, do they have to be, and I did read in somewhere in the first few pages of this chapter that I read that it could be a symbolic for whoever I place in here. But do they have to be living or have they passed on? Does it matter? And does it have to be someone I know?
So an ancestor can be anyone that you have or resonate with. I'm gonna give you an example. Someone, if you're a writer, Maya Angelou could be someone that you can have as as a representation of on your altar. So is it necessary? Because all of us go back to source anyway. We are all interconnected. So, if you have if your family, if you feel uncomfortable, because we also have to be mindful that some of our ancestors from the past aren't exactly good either.
See, you made that point last week, and that's why I was like, yes, she's right. Exactly.
Yeah, so our ancestors can be anyone. It's someone who is a guide for us. You can have Elijah Muhammad as peace be upon him, as an ancestor if that's what you so choose. Well, of course it has to be a feminine energy because, I believe so because this is sacred woman. However, that was just an example.
Okay. Thank you.
Did I answer your question?
I mean, you reinforced what I know of for a picture of the ancestor. It's the spiritual guardian, elder, and contemporary. You know what I mean? I'll recheck the glossary. I don't think I saw it in there.
I kind of just went with what I felt like who I would want at my altar. I literally didn't put any of my living relatives or spiritual guides because I'm not sure who I'm looking to. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Who I feel like is a spiritual teacher or guide to me. I just know I want to have my own Relationship. So I'm just using it as a guide, just like we're supposed to do with the Bible. You don't follow direct instructions. You kind of just know what the instruction is and still kind of go with your intuition. How do I feel about it? And what would I do different?
Moving with spirit.
Exactly.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you both. Thank you both.
You're welcome.
Okay. Sacred, sacred altar preparation. Remember to purify all of your sacred altar objects before positioning them on your altar. Handle each object with consciousness, emanating the highest possible vibrations and intention from your body, mind, and spirit. Wash each altar object in a bowl of purified water mixed with a few drops of frankincense and myrrh and a pinch of sea salt. Dry with a clean white cloth. Use the specific diagram outlined for each gateway to direct the placement of each of your sacred objects. Sacred tablecloth. Cover the table with a clean white cloth for purity, then add the appropriate suggested color for the gateway you are working in. For example, you can use a blue cloth to create peace within the womb and lessen menstrual bleeding. Pictures. First, place an inspirational picture of yourself in a beautiful frame made from a natural material, wood, crystal, or glass, upon your altar as a reminder of your divinity. Next, add framed pictures or symbolic representations of the spiritual guardian, ancestors, elders, and contemporaries who support you at each gateway. Sacred stones. Place the recommended sacred stones on your altar to harness the energies of the mineral kingdom in support of your healing intention. For example, rose quartz is a wonderful tool for invoking the energies of divine love. Fresh flowers or plants. Use fresh flowers or plants to establish the energies of the living earth on your altar. For example, use an African violet plant to banish negativity or an aloe plant for physical healing. Candles. To honor the fire element, light a small white candle. Other colors of candles may be used according to the recommendations for the gateway. For safety, if you are using a large 7-day candle, place it in a bowl of water in a safe place on your altar. Never leave a candle burning when you're away from home. Blow it out upon completion of your spiritual observances. Baptism bowl. Fill a crystal or wooden bowl with purified water to absorb negativity in the environment. Pour out the water after each altar ceremony and refill the bowl with fresh water at the beginning of your next session of altar work. Feather. Gently place a beautiful feather on a small pedestal or raised stand on your altar. The feather represents maintaining your balance throughout your journey, no matter how fiercely the winds of life may blow. Ankh or other sacred symbol. Place your ankh on a small velvet or silk cloth in the center of your altar. The ankh represents eternal life and unity in body, mind, and spirit. Food. Rinse and dry all sacred food to be offered to the nature, the mother, father, creator, and your ancestors. Your offering should consist of high quality dried grains and fresh fruit placed in a beautiful wooden glass or clay bowl. Anointing oils. Use a small amount of essential oil to anoint and bless your forehead, your heart, and your abdomen, thus connecting the wombs of your thoughts and emotions with your physical womb. Use only the finest of essential oils, as they have a high spiritual vibration. Suggested essential oils: rose, frankincense, myrrh, cinnamon, lavender, jasmine. As with colors, choose the fragrance best suited for your meditative purposes. See the master chart on pages 134 to 139 for more information. These pages might be different if you have the latest edition. Excuse me. Refresh
Real
your
quick,
sacred.
Rosie. So the pages are going to be 130 to 135 for anybody who has the latest edition.
Refresh your sacred altar on the first day of your entry into each gateway, preparing the altar. And I Call Myself a Woman by Nekena Evans, Sacred Woman Initiate. How can I become a woman when I don't know my womb? I have never had a conversation with my womb, So how can I consider myself a womb man? I have been with you, grown with you, been through rites of passage with you, from childhood to adolescence to adulthood, and yet I have never had a conversation with you. You have been a victim, a consequence to an action, a symptom of disease, an effect of my action. I have never spoken to you, consulted with you, inquired of you, cared for you, or understood you. And I call myself a grown woman. Where have I grown? How could I have grown without talking with you, without acknowledging your presence and your works? And I call myself a woman. I have put you through dozens of men, alien spirits, beings, entities of all dimensions, from all places and stations. I have created and destroyed babies through you. I have fed you all kinds of poisons, thereby creating diseases, fibroids, tumors, cysts, and the like. I have sexually abused you, thereby creating sexually transmitted diseases, infections of all types, itching, burning, hurting, pain. I have used you for my own purposes, money, favors, alleged self-esteem, beauty, clothing, food. I have allowed men to probe you, doctors to drug you while I held you down. If I had known someone who had done all these things, I would call them the names I despise the most: murderer, thief, liar, betrayer, demon. Yes, I would. And I call myself a woman. Time to release, release, release. Forgive me, forgive me, forgive me. I am complete. I will be responsible for you, for myself, for my womb. We are in relationship together. We have been from the very, very beginning. I will communicate with you. I will listen to you. I will wash, cleanse, and purify you. I will pay attention to your patterns, your moods, your signs, and wonders. I will, I will, I will become the woman that you made me from the beginning. Gateway Zero Sacred Womb Daily Spiritual Observances. Gateway element, water. The sacred womb is the gateway to all gateways. Each gateway represents a spiritual exercise of ascension. The practices offered for Gateway Zero, the sacred womb, are to be performed daily for a minimum of 21 days to a maximum of 4 months. Disciplining yourself to honor this path will awaken your inner gateways of divinity so that you may blossom and establish your full sacred center. The sacred womb lays a foundation of womb wellness that will serve as your preparation for the 9 gateways of initiation. Through the 21-day training, you will learn how to cleanse toxic thoughts, foods, and attitudes out of your divine body temple. You will present to your womb the gift of wellness philosophy. This includes the natural living approach to food, womb rejuvenation techniques, womb affirmations, and womb meditations for total attunement. 1. The spiritual bath. Begin your journey into Gateway Zero by entering the depths of the ocean. One way to honor this intention is to create a dawn ritual of taking a spiritual bath with Epsom salts or Dead Sea salts when you rise between the hours of 4 and 6 a.m. Make a ceremony out of your bath, light candles and incense, have soft, inspiring music playing. Bless your bath water. Use the bath to release all negativity, everything that blocks the free movement of light, love, healing, and peace through your sacred womb and body temple. Add the essential oil of frankincense to the bath water to open your crown arit or chakra. Frankincense attunes you to the divine oneness of mature inspiration and divine wisdom and brings forth the divinity and the sacredness of the womb. It eliminates confusion and depression. Place 7 drops of frankincense oil in your bath water. Also add 7 drops of frankincense to a bowl of purified water on your altar and sprinkle a few drops around your prayer space. 2. Your altar. Set up your altar according to the altar preparation guidelines on page 26 and sit before it quietly and meditatively on the floor on a pillow or in a comfortable chair. Anoint with frankincense. Select only pure essential oils. Use essential oil of frankincense to anoint your crown and your third eye in the center of your forehead between the brows. the body temple gateway of supreme spirituality. Next, anoint the heart, the body temple gateway of compassion and divine love. Also anoint your womb area, the palms of your hands, to make everything you touch become more sacred, and bottoms of your feet to spiritually align yourself for stepping out in power, promise, and faith. Sacred musical instrument. Softly play a sacred instrument, drum, sistrum, or shakir, to awaken the indwelling angelic host. Or you might want to use a small, clear tone bell at the early hour, out of respect for the others sleeping in your household. 3. Opening the way. In your prayers to each of the gateway guardians, you may use whatever words pour from your heart. For example, here's a prayer that might be used to open the way to Gateway 0. Sacred and divine Nut, spiritual guardian of the gateway of the sacred womb, please accept my deepest gratitude for your healing presence on my altar and in my life. Thank you for your guidance and inspiration, and for your love and blessings. And please accept my love and blessings in return. Hetepu. 4. Libations. A libation is the act of pouring a liquid such as water or spirits, alcohol, as a holy offering to the one creator. In sacred woman practices, we use purified water that we have blessed and offered ceremonially to the Most High. For the libation in Gateway 0, pour a small amount of water from a cup, or sprinkle a few drops with your fingers from a bowl or calabash onto the earth if you're outside, or onto a potted plant on your altar. As you pour your libation, call out this prayer of adoration. The details will change with each gateway, but not the intent. I pour this libation in praise and adoration of the Sacred Mother Guardian of Gateway 0, Nut, the Great Cosmic Mother. I pour this libation in praise and adoration of the ancestors of Gateway 0, Biddy Mason and Queen Mother Moore. I pour this libation in praise and adoration of the elders of Gateway 0, Aunt Iris O'Neill and Dr. Josephine English. I pour this libation in praise and adoration of my divine self and my divine contemporaries, Dr. Jewel Pukrum and Nonkulukleko Tihemba. 5. Sacred Woman Spirit Prayer. Gently ring your bell or softly play another sacred instrument at the beginning and end of the prayer. Sacred Spirit deter, hold me near, close to your bosom. Protect me from all harm and fear, from the blows of life. Direct my steps in the right way as I journey through this vision. Sacred Spirit, surround me in your absolutely perfect light. Anoint me in your sacred purity, peace, and divine insight. Bless me, truly bless me, as I share this sacred life. Teach me, Sacred Spirit, to be in tune with the universe. Teach me how to heal with the inner and outer elements of air, fire, water, and earth. 6. Sacred Room Prayer. Again, gently ring your bell or softly play another sacred instrument at the beginning and end of the prayer. Divine Mother, give me the power to heal my womb. Bless the wombs of all your daughters and assist us in the healing of our wombs. Restore our faith that we may grow in strength, power, and knowledge as we recapture the purity and sacredness of our womb. May the wombs in all women be born again to the eternal heights as womb healing and wellness spread over each and every land. 7. Chanting Hesi. Chant this Hesi from the first language, Nutu Nutur, 4 times. Nuk Pu Nutur Hunt. I am a sacred woman. 8. The fire breath. Prepare for your fire breathing, rapid breathing by slowly inhaling 4 times and slowly exhaling 4 times. Then, when you are totally at ease, begin your fire breaths. Allow each deep fire breath to represent the opening of the 1,000-petaled lotus of illumination and radiance that will ultimately allow you to reach Nefer Atum, the ultimate African lotus gateway of divinity. In Gateway 0, you will begin with 50 to 100 fire breaths. And with each new gateway, you will add 100 more fire breaths until by the 9th gateway of sacred initiation, You will be performing 1,000 breaths of power and light. How to do fire breaths. With your mouth closed, inhale deeply like a pump through your nostrils as you expand the breath down into the abdomen, then back up to expand the chest. Then exhale fully as your abdomen contracts and the lungs release your breath completely. Practice the fire breath a few times slowly, and then do it 50 times as rapidly as you can. Fully inhale and exhale. Note, if you should become lightheaded or slightly breathless, which is called hyperventilating, simply breathe into a small paper bag, not plastic, held over your nose and mouth for a few minutes to restore your carbon dioxide balance. The more you practice the fire breath, the more you will build your capacity to do it, and so receive its amazing energizing and restorative benefits. 9. Gateway Zero, Sacred Womb Meditation. Each day of the 21 days you spend working through Gateway Zero, increase the length of time you spend in meditation. The longer you are in meditation, the deeper your inner peace will be, and the more vibrant your Ka spirit will become. The cleaner your body temple, the sooner it will be able to live permanently in peace and an inner balance of the meditative state. The Sacred Womb Meditation. Visualize yourself on a lotus bed rooted in the very core of your sacred center. Begin your attunement with womb wisdom right now by breathing in Nut, the cosmic sky mother and the sacred guardian of the womb. Inhale and allow Nut to breathe a blue light of serenity into your womb. Then exhale as you release and purge out emotional and spiritual blockages and toxic substances from your womb, your seat of creation and creativity. Repeat 7 times. Now breathe in 4 counts and exhale 8 counts. Witness the power of womb healing, stability, and radiance flourishing as your womb grows into and learns to maintain a sense of well-being. Now, bless the womb of your mind, the womb of your hearts, and the womb of your sacred seat. Sacred healing color and stonework. Color visualization. Visualize the color of the gateway you're in. Gateway Zero, which honors the elements of water, visualize white or blue for purification and serenity. As you perform your meditation, wear white or blue and place a white or blue cloth on your altar. Sacred stone meditation. Hold in your palm over your womb one or all of the sacred healing stones of Gateway Zero, moonstone, turquoise, and black tourmaline. Moonstone opens us up to our true femininity so that we can become one with our divine selves. Moonstone also aids in healing tumors. It is connected to the moon and the female aspect of a woman's emotional nature. Turquoise is a symbol of the blue sky. It raises the spirit and brings us to spiritual heights on earth and in the heavenly realms. It is a blue-green semi-precious stone that gives us wisdom and brings good fortune. It can absorb negative feelings and vibrations and sends healing to the wearer. This gem represents the 5th Arit chakra or energy center, which regulates the throat, which aids in divine communication, particularly when performing morning meditation between 4 to 6. Black tourmaline contains protective energy against negativity and helps to ground you and attune you to the earth. Herbal tonics. Drink herbal tea while you're doing your altar, prayer work, and journal work in Gateway Zero. Use the Heal Thyself Woman's Herbal Formula. See product list and appendix for general womb wellness. Dandelion tea made from the plant's roots and leaves. Terratinum officinalis is another useful tonic for Gateway Zero. As it strengthens the womb, it also purifies and destroys acids in the blood and is good for anemia. Drink your tea for 21 days to receive the full benefits of attuning to Gateway Zero. Enjoy your herb tea in your favorite mug during or after spiritual writing. Be sure to finish the tea before 1 p.m. Preparation. Use 1 tea bag or 1 teaspoon loose tea to 8 ounces water boiled in a non-metallic pot. Boil water, turn off flame, then add tea and steep. Strain herbs from water. Drink before or after your morning bath or sacred shower. Drink with joy and peace as you breathe quietly between sips and settle into easy contemplation. 11. Flower essences. To center, deepen, and stabilize your experience in each gateway, work with the recommended flower essences. Flower essences are vibrational remedies that heal when a few drops of the potenized essence of aromatic flowers are placed on or under the tongue or in a small glass of water that is sipped at regular intervals. Flower essences are primarily recommended to restore balance to mental and emotional states and can offer wonderful support as we work on removing the obstacles that stand in the way of our self-healing. How to choose an essence. Select among the recommended essences by reviewing the definition of the essence and matching it to the mental or emotional state you want to address. You can also use your intuition, muscle testing, or a pendulum to select from a group of essences. Dosage. Place 4 drops of the recommended essence on or under the tongue, or add the same amount to a small glass of purified water. Also review the characteristic qualities of the essences you are working with and reflect on the impact of the essence on your state of mind and emotions. Record your observations in your Sacred Womb journal. Flower essences for Gateway 0. As represented in Flower Essence Repertory, a comprehensive guide to North American and English flower essences for emotional and spiritual well-being by Patricia Kaminsky and Richard Katz for this and all subsequent gateways. Alpine Lily promotes the ability to contact true femininity through grounding in the female organs, the integration of the feminine with the female sexual and biological self. Pomegranate, creative expression of the feminine aspects of the self, both in procreation and in worldly creativity. Star tulip, spiritual receptivity, opening the feminine aspect of the self to higher worlds. Black-eyed Susan, clear insight into hidden or buried emotions. Angelica, to feel protected and guided, to feel spiritual guardianship during times of stress. 12, diet and movement. Daily, follow the Sacred Woman Natural Living dietary laws given in the Womb Wellness Cleansing Food Plan. See page 83. And do the dance of the womb movements presented in Gateway 3. 13, sacred journal writing. Journal writing is best done after your sacred bath and or internal cleansing with an enema and or meditation. When you are cleansed and centered, you can receive spiritual messages from the One Most High with grace. When in the spirit, messages travel down through your spirit mind to your heart, into your hands, and onto the paper. This is how I do all my writing. The best time to receive your spiritually written work is after you have completed your altar work between the hours of 4 and 6. Keep a very special pen and journal by or on your altar to work with the power, force, and stillness at the coming of dawn. At this time, write in the journal the thoughts, activities, experiences, and interactions that occurred previously in your daily life. You might also want to write down your self-inspired hopes, visions, desires, and affirmations so that you can draw on them for help and support when needed. You'll be surprised at how healing and sustaining your journal wisdom can be. 14, Sanab, freedom shawl or quilt. As you enter Gateway 0, choose the sacred cloth that will serve as the canvas for your spiritual garment. This cloth will serve as the backdrop on which you create your Sanab, freedom shawl or quilt. I'm not going to say the pages because they may be differently, but if you have the older version, it's 127 to 129. You will begin preparing the sewing materials you would need to continue your Sanab quilts or shawl work throughout the 9 gateways of initiation. Sacred tools, wooden table or raised platform to establish the foundation for your sacred altar. Materials needed to set up your Gateway 0, the Sacred Womb altar, see page 26. Sacred reminder, throughout the next 21 days, you are to observe closely the wisdom presented in Gateway 0. For maximum results, live freely in tune with the various systems of body, mind, and spirit, wellness presented. Closing sacred words. Divine Creator, help me to honor and treat my womb in a most sacred way. Thank you for all the blessings you have granted me on this sacred journey. Shall I keep going, or would someone else like to jump in?
Okay, Rosie, I was gonna stop you real quick. Does anyone have any questions or something that they want to say about what we've read so far?
I just wanted to say that I did start waking up between the hours of 4 and 6 and doing the meditation and the cleansing bath. And the first time I wrote in my womb journal, like I couldn't stop crying. But it was just so powerful. Like I'm so ready to like dive all in. I'm gonna wait to do the 21 days until we get there and read through everything, but it's powerful. That's all I wanted to say.
I think that we may have to like list everything that we need to start, because I understand where Rosie is when she said about reading the book through and then doing the actually following through on the book, because some things, if we're just reading it straight through, we will have to jump ahead in order to get certain materials in order to start certain things. So
Yeah, because I forgot about the different kinds of flowers that we needed. Because I got flowers, but I didn't get any one of those. Yeah, I couldn't find these kind of flowers. I have angelica, but I don't have angelica flower. I have angelica root.
You tried Amazon?
I have the root, like I don't have the flower. I couldn't find the flower. I even looked for the flower, it had the seeds, but it didn't have the actual flower.
Gotcha.
I don't think you need the actual flower. I think you just need the actual essence of it. It's like a tincture. So it's a liquefied form of it so that you can put it under your tongue while you do your offering.
I wonder if I can make it, because I have angelica root.
That's what's up.
I was definitely thinking of making it because I also have the frankincense and myrrh, but it's the actual seed.
I found frankincense and myrrh. Now I found that on Amazon.
Oh yeah, I seen it too. But I was just at the herb store and I seen it in a pack and I'm like, I can actually make an essence of this and use that for,
I'm sure that's even.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sure that's even better to make your own,
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with what she was saying as far as maybe reading through. Angelica tincture.
I think that's what she suggested at the beginning of the book too, that we read it through, because she gave that example of how when she first started, it only took like her 3 months to work through a gateway. And it took her friend to work through that same gateway in seven days or something. And how, people are at different places. So some people may need to work on a gateway more than 21 days or more than 7 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely agree that we should finish the whole thing because it is a lot of back and forth. Like I took notes, but I still wouldn't be doing everything got to the end. But that's just me. I like to practice things before I do them just to get my mind right and just to perfect. That's the reason.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I dig that.
I gotta take myself slow.
Because that's how I felt like when it came to the diet. I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to just jump into plant-based. So I just started removing stuff like I haven't been eating any meat. And then
That's
like,
great.
yeah,
Congratulations.
yeah, I'm like 2 weeks in. So I haven't been eating any meat. And then I'm like, okay, I gave up the meat. Next is dairy. So if I could like cool out on dairy, I think I should be cool. But it's just something about that cheese, man. Cheese.
Cheese was the hardest thing for me to let go of.
Yeah.
That was the last thing. But there are some good plant-based cheeses, and you can even make them from scratch. She said no.
Yo,
Okay.
Cause I have Follow Your Heart, which is like one of my favorite plant-based cheeses. It's not the same.
I know.
But I'm trying.
That's all that matters, though. That's what matters.
Get used to it, because I eat a bunch of stuff that I would just look at and like gag before. So your body definitely get used to it, and once you start to feel the difference, it kind of motivates you to keep going.
But now that we on the food topic, because it was a concern of mine. So I have endometriosis and fibroids, and have been doing research for quite some time, and have slowly, implemented this, that, and the third. And even if you aren't impacted, with endometriosis or fibroids or cysts or PCOS in your womb and stuff like that, soy isn't good for anybody. It's a hormone disruptor. It increases your estrogen levels, creates estrogen dominance. There's been several studies about this. It's the reason why it's the culprit behind feminizing our men. That's a whole nother topic. That's not to, is research out there. And it's known to cause cysts and tumors and a whole list of plethora of disturbances in the body. And I noticed that some of her recipes have tempeh and soy-based products, like soybeans and stuff like that. And I was wondering, for those that have the new book, I'm like, did she change that? Because the book that I have back in the days, 15, 20, 25 years ago, a lot of vegans and raw vegans, what a quote unquote real vegan was basically strictly just, fruits and vegetables, grains and nuts. Now, they've tweaked the word vegan, but they use it as a marketing tool. Like, you really have to read your ingredients and your labels, because there will still be things that are products that are labeled vegan that contain ingredients that still aren't even good for your body to break down. So anyway, I say all that to say that, back then, that's all they really had was a lot of soy-based products. But now things have changed so much. There's so many different recipes that you can steer away from soy. So I was curious if anybody that has the new book, if they've seen that, or if you don't know now, if you happen to see if she's changed some of that. Because to me, it just seemed like a real contradiction. Like, how are we going to be on the journey to heal our wombs, but yet still ingest a soy product that is widely known to create disruption?
It's still in here, because I see it right here. She just says don't do a lot of it.
Okay.
Are you
Yeah,
vegan?
we just have to use our discernment when it comes to stuff like that, because
And that's what I was going to say.
it does not break down anyway, because I have a issue with my intestines. So even with eating like just vegetables and stuff, it will create a lot of issues, such as, a lot of issues. So we just have to use our discernment and just do the best we can. Just try to be as clean as we can.
That's how I look at it, because
Yeah.
you just gotta use your discernment, like she just said. Yeah, I'm looking in here right now.
Okay, well, anyone else want to read To the keepers of the sacred womb. Okay.
I mean, I read. To the keepers of the sacred womb. Womb wisdom is woman's work. So say the ancients. As earth mothers from the original heavenly realms of Nut, we have the ability and responsibility to heal ourselves with natural ways using the elements of air, fire, water, and earth. Men do not have this power, nor is it their destiny to heal our wounds. Men need only to love, respect, support, come through, and give reverence to our wounds. Men can only support what women first established through the renewal of their sacred wombs, the natural foundation of our self-discovery and recovery. When our wombs are restored through the steady, unrelenting transformation of our thoughts and our hearts and our blood, then and only then will the destiny of the earth rise again. Due to our present degenerated state as women, we are often impotent healers of self. Lost women are women who are disconnected from their sacred center. We must move out and harness all of our power, which has been dormant, locked away in our wombs, for we are at the crossroads of life on this planet. Whether men and women are to live or die is up to us. As women, we have the power to stop the destruction of the earth. Sacred women move out quickly and with absolute certainty and tenacity. Look at the conditions of our wombs. Statistically, they tell the story. They hold the answers to whether or not we are to be. Most women have womb problems. Too many women are dead, asleep. Others are filled with bacteria, imploded with stress and disease. Still others are bleeding to death. We are collectively in trouble, so say the voices of our wombs. We women have squatted on our power for centuries. It's time for us to stand up for full resurrection in our birthright. When we as women activate our full strength, then it will be as it was in the beginning. When women were whole, we were supreme, for we too were given the power to rule the earth. We women, gatekeepers of life, are the key to creating a glorious healing upon the earth. Through the realignment of the ancient ways of healing taught to us by the first mothers of antiquity. Sacred women, I implore you to take your life in your own hands and take hold of your daughter's hands as best as you can, and seek out your sisters, your mothers, your grandmothers, your aunts. Create a womb circle, speak womb talk, and pass it on. Wombs are healing everywhere. Go ahead, go heal a wounded womb and charge a healed woman with light so that it may bear a bright future. Envision a planet of healthy minds and hearts. It is all up to us, the peacemakers, the keepers of the womb. For when we as women go forth and sit on the sacred seat of Aset, Isis, the great mother within, then men with all their warring over land, people, and sources can do nothing but submit. Come sit with us in the sacred womb circle, sacred women, and evoke your true divinity. Welcome to the sacred womb circle. The sacred womb circle was created to reawaken the knowledge within women's consciousness that we have an innate natural ability to heal ourselves. It was born out of a need to reach out to women like you and me who want to take a more active and responsible role in creating and maintaining the personal wellness of our wombs. To begin the process of womb wellness, we must first establish and become rooted in the concept in philosophy of Gateway Zero. The sacred womb and its natural holistic approach to create womb wellness. It is not designed to diagnose or prescribe. It is offered to women as a loving introduction to holistic education. It is not intended to serve as a substitute for medical treatment. If you are being attended to by a physician, please continue to do so as you simultaneously begin to educate yourself about the process offered here. Today, when so many women are faced with the threat of hysterectomy due to uterine fibroids, endometriosis, and an increase in the number of cancerous wombs, the Sacred Woman Circle is an answer to African women's collective prayers. It says, "Come to me for the prevention of chronic excessive monthly bleeding. Come to me for the elimination of womb infections. Come to me to stance the growth of tumors, cysts, and fibroids. Come to me to summon the courage to end sexual womb abuse. Come to me to mend the painful emotional scars of unhealed abortions. Come to me to end the premature loss of your monthly cycle or the stress of menopause. Come to me to embrace and rejoice in your sacred wombs." Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay, straight down. Gateway Zero empowers women by encouraging the formation of sacred womb circles in order to collectively heal ourselves through womb wellness work. It urges mothers to bond with their daughters and daughters to honor their mothers' experience and wisdom. It asks grandmothers and elder women to gather all the women folk of their communities with their Oh, I thought somebody said something. Where was I? It asks grandmothers and elder women to gather all the women folk of their communities to their bosoms for rebirthing by sharing ancient wise woman healing traditions. These traditions allowed African women of the Americas, the Caribbeans, the motherland, and throughout the world to heed the call to heal ourselves through womb wisdom, using traditional herbs, roots, leaves, berries, mud, water, air, sun, and prayer. Gateway Zero teaches us how to establish a natural living lifestyle that will strengthen and purify the womb-diverse mind, the womb of the heart, and the throne of the womb, the sacred seat of Aset. Women who take on this sacred work are striving to create wombs that work brilliantly, wombs that don't hurt or bleed profusely or drop or scream. Women who take on this sacred work will end the inner womb wars and save their sacred seats from the dread of disease so they could begin to heal naturally. We need powerful, tumor-free, energized, pain-free, cleansed, and spiritually charged wombs. We need wombs that don't lock in negative experiences in people, only to become diseased when all of these toxins are not safely released. Although this gateway does not contain all the answers to restoring the full beauty and magnificence of the womb, it does offer the first sparks of light that can ignite our sleeping spirit and take us across the bridge of womb enlightenment. Gateway Zero speaks to all women, from the young woman who has recently been initiated into her menstrual cycle to the woman whose womb has been surgically removed. To all women, we say, bless the spirit of your womb, for that spirit is eternal and never dies. Charge your spiritual womb daily throughout each cycle of your womb life with much love and peace. For if your spirit is whole, so too is the spirit of your womb. Whatever your spiritual affiliation, philosophy, educational background, or cultural expression, the Sacred Womb Circle can work for you. It is a safe haven in which every woman may rejoice in the power of her newfound womb awareness. This is the foundation you need as you set out on the evolutionary path of the sacred woman. May this book open you up to the possibilities of taking greater responsibilities for the restoration and preservation of your womb. May each lesson fill you with greater sense of wholeness. Let's begin. Somebody else reading?
I got a quick question for y'all. Does anyone yoni steam?
No.
So one of the things that help in supporting the healing of a lot of the cysts and endometriosis, a lot of cleansing can come through, a yoni, steaming out yoni. Basically what it is we are, I really think I might, Lord have mercy. I really want to do this because I was just talking to sis about this. I started have my yoni practitioner. So I wanted to really delve deeper and have a class on what yoni steaming is, what the benefits of it is. It can purge and cleanse a lot, and it would really help if we could do this.
Yeah, I saw one because I've heard of it when I was in Atlanta. In Atlanta, it's a big thing. In Indianapolis, I don't really know. I would have to look, but I think they sell it on Amazon or online. You could buy because you got to get the herbs and everything. You got to sit on this pot, right?
I mean, you can make your own. You can go to a herbal store and you can.
I've done it.
I wanted to make my own, but the only thing is I don't know how much of each herb I'm supposed to put in. Exact quantity. Moving spirit.
I'm serious.
Okay.
Your body knows what it needs.
Okay.
I've made my own several times. I couldn't get myself off mute with my baby in my arm and stuff, but I've done it several times, and it's even on Pinterest they have a guide to where they'll tell you the amount to put into the steam.
I really, really do want to do it. And I think at first what stopped me is because I didn't have the seat. And I'm like, I'm not paying $100 to $300 to have this special seat. That's just crazy. But then some other chick, she posted a reel, and she gives you 5 different positions to do it. You can literally just do it with 2 chairs and just make sure you have a large enough wrapping around so you kind of isolate all that steam so it stays, going up to your yoni, you know what I mean? Anyway,
I got a sits bath that sits on my toilet.
See, I was thinking about doing that, but is it BPA free? You know what I'm saying?
Mine is.
Really?
Yes, if I can find the link, I will send it to you.
Oh my God, yes, please. Okay. I was gonna use a stainless steel pot. I'm thinking about all these contraptions to do in the crib. But
that's what I use. I use a stainless steel pot.
Yeah.
I got a medical pot chair, and I took a glass bowl and put it in the pot chair. So instead of having plastic, and that's how I use mine.
We got a lot of MacGyvers in here. Y'all real crafty. I like this. But oh my God, wouldn't it be so cool if we all did it together?
We can definitely do that.
Oh my God, really? I'm sorry.
I love your energy, Rosie.
Oh man, that'd be so. Anyway, I'm sorry. I know that this call is only supposed to be 2 hours, and I talk too much, so I'm gonna shut up now.
I was actually
Rosie, where you
ask.
from? Where you from?
Brooklyn.
Don't you just love her accent?
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm from North New Jersey, so I recognize it.
All
Hey,
y'all
Jersey,
some-
you're not
all
that
y'all
far
some East
away.
Coasters.
What'd you say, Shannon?
Sound like all of y'all some East Coasters.
I'm from the Midwest. I'm
Where
from
about?
Detroit. I'm from
Detroit?
Yes, ma'am.
I can see that.
Hey, Dwale's from Detroit.
I can see that. Definitely can see that.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I'm a
She's like,
Midwest
it's a thing.
too, so it's all
You said
good.
you from where?
I'm from Indiana,
Okay,
Gary, Indiana.
okay.
Yeah,
How is it over there?
I moved. I'm in Indianapolis now.
You said you where?
I'm in Indianapolis, Indiana now.
Girl, I thought you said you was in Memphis. I was about to be like, oh no, we got to meet up.
Girl, wish. Shoot. Now I'm in Indianapolis. You all are recording this, right? Because my phone's about to die.
Yes, it's being recorded.
So I'm probably gonna have to go back and listen to it. But you all could keep me up to date. I'm gonna like keep going until it die, but it just showed 20%.
Well, I was gonna ask Asi if she, because I know we were saying we're gonna try to keep it right at 2 hours, and we still have quite a bit of the chapter to read.
Yes.
So I was gonna ask if you guys wanted to stop here and then pick back up for the other half of the chapter next week, Sunday.
Just me read. I know somebody else here has read this chapter too, but I would recommend it because this chapter got like 30, 40 pages. It's long.
That sounds good
And
to
I
me.
remember you were saying that. Would you say, Yolanda?
That's good with me.
Okay.
Same
How
here.
does everybody else feel about it?
That'll give me a chance to read through it again.
Yeah, because it looks like I still need to get some stuff for my author.
You and me both.
Go on.
Am I the only person in my book like that's literally highlighting in my book important facts to myself?
No, but I need to.
I
'Cause
was.
It's getting heavy.
That's why I was like, these are certain things I need to make sure I go back and look at again.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's getting pretty heavy.
I was, but I think I really want to get the latest edition since she has an expanded section, and then maybe gift the one that I have. So that's why I stopped highlighting it.
So I feel like that's a great idea, first of all, but I think you highlighting it could still possibly help whoever you gift it to.
Okay, that's a great point. That's a great point.
Because what you feel like is most important to you, they may not view it as important to them, but with you highlighting, or not as important, I should say, but with you highlighting it, it may make it stand out a little bit more, and it could possibly help them on the journey.
That's beautiful. Thank you.
I might just go ahead and pull my daughter into this.
Why not?
Aw.
Yes, help
love
her
that.
heal before all this madness goes on with her in her world.
Me and my girlfriend was talking the other day about Yoni Steams, and I said I was gonna make me and my daughter a box, and we can have girls day once a month,
I like
and me and
that.
her can sit and have our Yoni Steams. I know
like
she could be like, "Ma, ew."
How old you say your daughter is?
She's 13.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, get her started early.
That's powerful. Yeah, I agree.
Oh man. Sorry, y'all. I'm reading the Wombness Well Cleansing Plan. They saying I can't eat bananas. I love it.
Where's that at? Where's this plan at? I see you're on
But
mute.
I don't think in general, and this is just from what I read, we really shouldn't be really eating the standard banana. If I kind of
found the small ones.
incorporate burro, the burro bananas.
I found them.
They're not.
You don't know how happy I was.
They
Those
not
like
easy
They
to find.
taste better.
They taste like potatoes to me. They don't taste like a banana.
Because you're used to the one that's been created. That's
I
why.
was a vegan for 8 months. It still tastes like a potato. Don't say- but I'm gonna follow the guidelines. We got some time.
What page is that on?
I don't know if y'all in the new book, but in the new book it's 72. Because I was looking at like the plan, and it said for breakfast we got to do some type of kidney liver flush, and it ain't no breakfast food. It's like garlic and lemon juice and apple cider vinegar and cayenne pepper.
And olive oil and castor oil, don't forget that part.
See, that's the thing.
That sounds like that
I can't just oil.
that
like
master
that.
cleanse.
I'm the one that Beyonce did. I did that for 10 days. I was so hungry. I was hungry, and it makes you take this smooth move tea that you got to drink in the morning time. Well, you got to drink that at night, and then in the morning time you got to drink warm salt water, and it's supposed to flush everything out of you. It flushes everything out of you. It's painful too.
It does.
I don't know why we was doing that.
No, I have a question. I have high blood pressure. So we're saying that you shouldn't do the salt bath if you have high blood pressure, but it doesn't really say what you can do in place of that.
I was looking for that too. I didn't see an
I
alternative.
do believe in chapter 1 or even in the preface or somewhere I read, she said you can take a shower and alternate between hot and cold water during your shower.
Got you.
So maybe 2 to 3 minutes hot or as hot as you can stand, 2 to 3 minutes as cold as you can stand.
Okay. I'll see if I can find that again.
And if I can find it, I'll send it to the group chat too.
Okay. Thank you.
You're right.
It's so crazy how it's like everything that's good for you is like bitter. Like
You said everything that's good for you is what?
It's bitter. It's like nothing really sweet. Like
it's natural, meaning that they didn't put all these additives in it to make it sweet.
Like grapefruit. Well, she got pineapple in here. That's good because I love pineapples. But unsweet cranberry juice, it does some wonders though, but man.
So I water mine down with some water a little bit to make it a little bit less bitter.
Definitely does wonders for your yoni. I would say that.
It does.
Shout out to Auntie Badu. She said that. I believed it. But yeah. It's interesting. Interesting. Well, I guess I'll see you guys next week.
We will see you next week. Does anybody have, because we still have about 15 minutes left, so does anybody have anything else that they would like to say or any questions that you guys have?
Does anybody have like a place that they can get herbs from?
I do actually. I have an herbalist and he's in Florida. He actually sells like different cleanses and he sells herbs. So I will send that link in the group chat as well.
Okay. Because I have a local lady here, but I still wanted to compare prices.
I will say I'm pretty sure my guy's kind of expensive.
Okay.
Are you looking for herbs or are you looking for like herbal remedies? Like, what are you looking for?
The herbs. Like I got golden. I got the golden
seal.
She didn't have that.
Golden rod.
I got the golden rod, I think. Let me see. It's in here. I'm
If
sorry.
you buy your herbs,
off the
if
chain
you buy
right
your
now.
herbs in bulk, it'll be more cost advantageous for you.
I can't remember which one I got. No, I got the dandelion root. But I want to get the rest of this for like the womb tea and stuff like that.
Okay. So you're gonna make your own tea? So does anybody have any questions? Did anybody have any issues with setting up their altar? Does everybody know what else they need for their altar? Because I know I need a few more things.
I need that plant.
Me too.
So the dandelion root, 2 ounces was $6. So I was just trying to see if
Hold on, I'm
Oh,
about to go to his website right now while we chat.
that's kind of expensive. I found a local place near me, Richard's Grocery. I like to go with somebody where I can go in the store and actually,
Yeah, me too.
yeah.
yeah, she's at the
I
local
want me to have.
market. So I go see her every Friday. I mean, yeah, every Saturday and Sunday usually.
You said you got 2 ounces,
Mm-hmm.
and so his is $7 per 2 ounces specifically for dandelion root.
Okay. Yep,
Do
I
you
just walk
guys
right in
grow?
there and be like, you got this, you got that, you got this. I need this.
I actually picked dandelion myself. So that's one root that I didn't even I don't even look for. I actually make a oil with it. I have dandelions all
Mhm.
around Texas, so I literally pick an area that hasn't been sprayed, like a natural area that I find, and pick dandelions and dehydrate them in my air fryer.
Y'all want to know what's crazy? Since I moved down south, I live in Memphis. I've never seen a dandelion down here. Not one time have I seen a dandelion down here because I was going to start making my own tea and stuff with it. Not one
I
time have I
rarely
seen a
see it.
dandelion.
I'm in
That's
North Carolina.
crazy.
Would you say, Yolanda?
I'm in North Carolina and I rarely see them. Like isn't the puff thing the same thing as the dandelion?
Yeah, they turn into the little
So
puff thing.
I always see the puff, but I never see the yellow. Oh
How is that possible?
no, they're the wrong place at the wrong time.
That is hilarious. I'm about to actually make a post on my Facebook page to see if any of the young ladies on my friends list sell herbs. So does anybody else have any questions? Anything that stood out to them while we were reading? Or anything else that you'd like to say before we end this meeting? Nobody? So it was great seeing you all again. Thank you for coming. Same time next week.
All right, y'all have a good
7:30
evening.
Central, 8:30 Eastern.
Have a good night.
Thank
guys
you.
too.
Good night,
Good
ladies.
night.
Good night, sis.
All right.
Apparently I know how to work it because I thought I hit in. Hold on.
You start recording, you'll say,
Oh,
Miss
right.
Cyrus.
Hold on. Stop.